It is Monday, April 28th, 2025, and you know what that means. It's time for your Mining Disrupt news surge. Speaking of which, did you see the news? This is big news. But you notice this down here? You see the new banner? There's a second expo happening this year, a Mining Disrupt expo happening. That's right, you heard me. And it's in Texas this time. The home, the absolute heart of Bitcoin mining in the United States, Texas. Get your tickets, get locked in now. The one that just happened, as I'm recording this, about a month ago now in Florida, was the biggest Mining Disrupt Expo that they have ever had. It was nearly double in size of their previous biggest one. It was phenomenal. There were so many people meeting, making deals. I heard people talking about, big deals. There were some of these backstage conversations that I was overhearing, just little snippets here and there that made me go, whoa, holy moly. This industry is so much bigger and more interesting than I ever would have expected. There are so many different avenues that you can get into Bitcoin mining. We got a lot to talk about, but maybe the biggest news to come out in the past few months is an epic showdown brewing. We're going to get into that in a second. But please remember, this is not where you come for financial advice. I am the guy that you come to for entertainment and education when it comes to Bitcoin related stuff. I got to remind you, get those tickets locked in. And please, if you're a sponsor, if you're interested in partnering with us, reach out via the website, miningdisrupt.com. And also, I'm just going to reiterate this a bunch. Get those tickets, get locked in. You do not want to miss the opportunities that present themselves at an expo like this. And just like that, we are back over 90,000 and we are cruising right along, looking like we might tickle the underside of 100,000 by the end of this month. I don't know. I'm saying yes. That's my guess. Public nodes, still good. We dipped over. I saw it happen. I did. We hit 22,000 and some. We're right there. Things are looking so good. So good for Bitcoin right now. Price is cruising along. Fees are low. Hash rate is ripping. Block times are a little bit slow, but that's because hash rate is ripping. Now I'm going to read this Grok summary to set the stage of what's coming. Between the 1870s and early 1900s, Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller became Gilded Age giants. Carnegie dominating steel, Rockefeller controlling oil with Standard Oil. You've heard Saylor talk about that one. Carnegie built a steel empire through efficiency, selling it in 1901 for $480 million, briefly making him the richest man. Rockefeller fought back, leveraging oil's auto boom to reclaim the top spot. Their rivalry drove innovation but also monopolies, sparking public backlash. Both later turned to philanthropy, funding libraries and foundations. This epic clash mirrors today's Saylor versus Mailer's showdown, where Saylor's MicroStrategy and Mailer's 21 are battling to dominate Bitcoin, potentially reshaping finance with fierce competition and innovation. Now keep that in the back of your head when I go over this next tweet, because this is big stuff. Did you ever hear such a thing coming out of Janet Yellen? Here is Scott Besnett, Treasury Secretary, saying he wants to push for financial literacy among Americans. He says everyone should become financially literate. And here Turdemeester says 86 million Americans have a low IQ. I can confirm I have a 70 IQ. They can never compete with the 1% in quickly changing market order. Bitcoin education should come first, IMO. I agree, but I gotta play a little devil's advocate, a little pushback here with Tur. Financial literacy and Bitcoin education go hand in hand. It's fun to go back in time and look at tweets like this one. Here, Macroscope 17, back on April 8th, said, if you're a nation state that's been looking to buy Bitcoin, this is when you get in motion. Then we're skipping ahead. This doesn't mean the price is about to turn up, except it kind of did, since everything hinges on the broader risk environment right now. But if we do see lower, this type of large buyer would typically look to advantage that type of liquidity by scaling in. This activity may be partly responsible for the glimpse of outperformance we've seen this past week, and that was now about 2 weeks ago. And here we are now, Macroscope saying 2 weeks ago. In my opinion, the first sentence is operative right now and has been recently, which is if you're looking to buy Bitcoin, you might want to do it right about now. Opinion only, we may find out more from news reports in coming weeks and months. And given what it's done in the last 1 week, up 11.5%, looks like somebody's buying. And could it be that, oh my goodness, what is this? Huge from Blockware, the Central Bank of Russia is launching a Bitcoin exchange. Nation state FOMO is here. The Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank will launch a crypto exchange for, pause, super qualified investors. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm probably not one of those super qualified investors. Here's what happens, however. Ladies and gentlemen, what happens is you get the super qualified investors and you see how much they dump into this thing and they go, well, we got our sticky little greedy hands a little bit covered in honey. We want to go for the whole hive now. And that means opening it up to retail. It is just a matter of time before the floodgates fly open and you've got anybody and everybody rushing to those escape exits that have been warned about by people like Lagarde. People that don't know what they're talking about, not knowing what the regular people like you and me need. And what we need is the best form of money that has ever existed. And oh, lo and behold, we got Bitcoin. Before I round this news week out with that tweet that brings things all together, we need to remember this right here. Mark Moss nails it. The global monetary system is literally changing before our eyes. What a time to be alive. I could not agree more. What a time to be alive indeed. We've got robots walking around. We've got spaceships launching, falling out of the sky, getting grabbed by chopsticks. Holy moly. And I guess I got a bonus round here. Banks are now free to begin supporting Bitcoin, says Saylor, and Sapient77 says, this has been a long time coming. No kidding. I could not agree more. And to round everything all out, this ties into what I said at the very beginning. The Saylor versus Mahler's competition. Am I saying that right? Mahlers? I think it's Mahlers. Competition could turn into our generation's Carnegie versus Rockefeller. Both men are hyper competitive, fighting to reinvent the world through Bitcoin. The future is bright. Yes, indeed. The future is absolutely bright. It is a shining beacon of golden orange hope that we see on the horizon right now, if you've got the eyes to see it. I will see you in Dallas at the Irving Convention Center this November. You've got to get those tickets locked in. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week.